Welcome to Invisible Dimensions, where we share our mystical, paranormal, and supernatural encounters. In those days, we didn't go to school by bus. We would walk to school in the morning, walk back home for lunch at noon, walk back to school after lunch for afternoon classes, then walk back home in the evening, and repeat the same routine Monday to Friday. I was in kindergarten, about 5 or 6 years, I'm not certain. I couldn't walk alone to and from school. My mom made arrangements for my older cousins to be walking with me both ways. The kids in kindergarten didn't have afternoon classes, so when they went home for lunch, they weren't expected back in the afternoon. On this particular afternoon, I was still in school waiting for my cousin Joy to walk me home. On that day, the whole school had no afternoon classes. Instead, most pupils were in the playgrounds, reciting poems, practicing traditional dances, plays, and other co-curricular activities that were set to be performed in a regional competition the following day. The others who were not taking part in any co-curricular activities had left. My cousin Joy was taking part in the traditional dance, and I was waiting for her. I stood on the sidelines, watching excitedly as those performing did their thing. It was a beautiful afternoon, sunny, blue-skied with fluffy white clouds. A nice, gentle breeze would blow once in a while. Even as there were various activities going on the playgrounds, the most captivating was the traditional dance, the one in which my cousin was taking part. Our school was known for its stellar performance in folk dances. I watched in awe as the visibly older kids danced vigorously, forming and breaking patterns. The brightly dyed sisal skirts swaying from side to side. The boys wore dried animal skins, covering their heads, torsos, and waist. A few boys were beating drums made from animal skins, while others held what looked like spears and shields. The group had two soloists, a boy and a girl, acrobatically conversing through dramatization and songs, while the rest chipped in on cue. Others had animal horns which they kept blowing. This specific dance was telling the story of male circumcision and how important it was culturally. The mood was exuberant, joyous, lively. I gleefully jumped up and down, cheering my cousin, wondering why she didn't allow me join in. Of course, not understanding that they had been practicing this performance for long and it had to be perfect. I was just alarmed when I saw him, this man, not standing straight like the rest of us, but squatting, the deep squat like he will do when using a pit latrine. He was supporting himself on a long, slender wooden pole, buoyantly enjoying himself as he blended with the kids. Save for his awkward posture, he was fully human, just that had he been standing straight, he would have been extremely tall, taller than any normal human height. How did I know he was male? Of course, he looked like a man, and he was dressed in dull, earthy-colored shorts and a baggy, old, dull-colored shirt. His posture struck me though. I think that's why I even noticed him in the first place. I'd never seen anyone who permanently seemed to have such a posture. For a minute, I was sympathetic that he was different, but his agility while dancing amazed me. He neither moved nor danced like someone who deserved pity. Even as I wasn't alarmed seeing him, I was astounded that he had grass growing on his back. My initial thoughts when I first saw the grass were that he was a prop playing a part in the dance, and the grass had been stuck on his back with something to suit his role. I was amazed that however vigorously he danced, the grass stayed put, never falling off. The grass on his back was lush green and neatly trimmed. He would lie down in the field and get lost in it completely, perfectly blended. My version of him was as a prop couldn't hold though, because performing was only for the pupils. The teachers could direct, but they weren't allowed to take part in the performance. Besides, his face was much older, much older than most people I knew, like my grandmother. Furthermore, with his unique posture, if he had been a teacher in our school, there's no way I could have missed ever seeing him since I joined that school. There was only one explanation remaining, that maybe he was a villager from the community neighboring our school. But then the school was fenced and had only one gate, and the villagers were never allowed into the school unless on official duty. As I continued looking around, I saw another man, just like the first. I quickly scanned the place and spotted a third one. But this time, I was appalled. Except for the different colors of the clothes they wore, one could have imagined that they were one and the same person. The other thing was that they were all on different parts of the field, but all deeply immersed in the dance. But this time, I was totally confused. These people were taking part in the dance. Yet it seemed like none of the kids dancing noticed them. The kids continued with their dance as if these three creatures weren't even there. And the three continued dancing to the music as if the pupils didn't exist, just the music. The good thing was, even as I watched all this, those creatures never took notice of me. I had the mind to tap one of them and ask who they were, but I was too scared. By now, my excitement had waned. The dance didn't interest me anymore. Just the squatting people with grass on their backs. I just stood there, eyes bulging, waiting for joy so that we could go home. The pupils did not disappoint. They gave an electrifying performance. Neither did the three strange people. They danced themselves lame. That is, if permanently being in a deep squat position is not lame enough. As the dance died down, I saw one confidently walk away towards the gate, still squatting, the grass still on his back. I kept staring till my eyes could no longer see him. The other two still lingered around aimlessly. Joy, I whispered as my cousin took hold of my hand as the pupils dispersed. Who are those people? Which people? She asked, looking in the direction I was pointing. Those squatting people with grass on their backs, I answered emphatically, still pointing. I can't see any other people besides the other peoples, she said impatiently. There they are. I was still resolutely pointing in that direction when I realized that the people were gone, just vanished. She was right. Besides the other pupils, there was no one else. But they were here, I said adamantly, persisting. Come, let's go home, she said with finality, pulling me. Your mother is waiting. Years have passed since I saw the squatting people with grass growing on their backs, but I have never forgotten that I saw them. I'm glad, though, that I have never encountered them again. Have you ever encountered strange, mysterious beings of your own? Please share in the comments section. Bye.